Yes, guys, welcome back to the Styling Culture. We have a special guest in the building, man. SAKY. Come on, we're gonna introduce himself. You already know.
Yeah.
Like, this is a special one. Straight from Africa, man. You already know. You know what I mean? Motherland. We're gonna be here representing. Yes, brother. How you doing, man? You
Blessed,
good?
man.
Blessed, man. Good to have you here, man. And you know, we're gonna get to know each other, and then people want to know more about SAKY, and we want to know the amazing music you're making, and tell us a little bit more about your background, where you from, and do you know what I mean? Like, how did you get into music?
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me here. You got me.
Come on, man.
It's a pleasure, bro. And yeah, SAKY, SAKY's from the motherland, Malawi.
From Malawi.
Yeah, from Malawi, Africa. And yeah, I came here when I was pretty much young, 15. You get me? So I did high school here, grew up here.
You're pretty much British, man.
Yeah. I am British, you get me? So yeah, I'm African and British. And fell in love with music right before I came here. So ever since then, like, started music, but then I wasn't really into the whole like rapping and everything. Like I did a couple songs down, back in Malawi with a friend, but it was just the start, And the thing that got me going, to be honest, is like this guy, the producer that was recording me, he was like, yo, yeah, you're nervous right now, but I see you're gonna be dope. Like, you're gonna be good. You're gonna get there. You got me? So yeah, that's basically my background. SAKY. I'm from Manchester, 061.
Money on the map. Yeah. So basically, you from Malawi, and then you moved here like early age, since when you were 15.
Yeah.
And then studying here, grew up here, and then start making music, but also like connected back home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come
definitely.
on, man. That's how it should be. But when do you decide the type of genre do you want to start making?
My music journey
music is big.
Yeah,
we have rap,
big,
we have
bro.
R&B, Afrobeat, and then at the time when you started, Afrobeat wasn't popular as well. So how did you find your style?
Bro, my music journey has just been a bit mad, to be honest. Cause here, I did music in school and everything.
Oh, you studied music?
Yeah, I studied music in high school. Then I went to college, I did business. Then after that, I wanted to do law in uni.
Yeah.
And then after a while, like, I went to Leeds. After a while, then I was just like, nah, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
But starting music though, like here, because my boys used to do music and they was dope.
Yeah.
They was better than me. I was rapping, I was singing, all of that. So they was better than me, I'm not gonna lie. And
you guys to put in the work for
yeah, bro, it made me like, want to focus, learn, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I was in the background. So basically, I was just shooting videos. I was helping out whenever. I was a hype man. You got me? When I have shows, I'm there like,
you're there, like,
you got me? Yeah, it's me and the boys, you got me? But yeah, so that was that. And then after a while, everyone kind of like started going, separate ways. Everyone recording on their own and everything, because everyone's busy. People in uni, people working and everything, barely linking up no more like that. So it made me want to like start making music on my ones, So I started recording myself. I learned how to record, I got a project out. And then, I was recording myself, and I started finding.
Did you remember the first music you put out?
Yeah, I've got a tape. The first one was it was called SAKY.
Was it?
Yeah.
But I bet when you look at that one and then you see what you're doing now, you see crazy improvement.
Yeah, but then like I had help too from one of my boys, Genius.
Yeah.
We call him Genius.
It's from Manchester as well.
He's from Manchester. He's from Malawi too. So we grew up together, and like he was a crazy producer back in Malawi. Everyone knew him. So when he came here, he was like, yeah, let me help you out. Like, So he helped me out with the beats and recording and everything. So everything was kind of like,
like,
like
well done. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he kind of like helped me out, plus with the boys and everything. I was there learning and everything. So it's like, yeah, I was just getting to know myself, you know. I had a lot of other music, but I didn't even release them because it was still, you know what I mean.
It's still not a level you want it to be.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You know,
I'm kind of like perfectionist.
it's good to be perfectionist.
Yeah, like I like to judge myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm always in my head.
Yeah.
Like, is this
But
dope?
you know what I've been listening to people that making music. They say music they make the fastest is those that pop the most.
Yeah.
Those that put so much work on. Sometimes it doesn't really take them to the level they want it to get.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. That like that's dope. That's true. That's true because you can just go in a studio and like, you know, oh yeah, let's just, without even planning on anything, like, oh yeah, you're just feeling the beat, like something comes up and then everyone's like feeling the vibe, then you just, you know, do something and it comes out lit, you know what I mean? But then yeah, sometimes you have to think about it and everything. Like for me, I'll tell you this, I barely listen to music.
No.
Seriously.
You're like Lil Wayne.
I barely, yeah, it's like,
Lil Wayne says you barely listen to music.
yeah, because I don't want to.
You're sick though. How would you don't listen to music, but you know, you manage to like, you know, get trendy?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to sound like anyone else. I wanna come out unique. You know what I mean? In my own way.
I hear it.
I want to do it, like, you know, and I do music because I love it. So either way, like, I'm still gonna do music. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, now it's in my blood, bro. It's in me, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, like, I do music because I love it, and plus, like, sometimes I make music for myself to relate to, and I know other people relate to that too, because it's not just me feeling like that.
There's a lot of things
certainly someone is going through the same thing, and someone is gonna feel and relate to what I'm saying. You get me? So with me making music to listen to myself or to heal myself or to just try and put out whatever I'm feeling at that time, you know, I'm sure someone's going to relate to it.
Nah, definitely,
you know?
100%.
Yeah.
So do you remember your earliest influence? Do you know what I mean? The people musicians that influenced you when you start making music. Do you remember that? People you're looking up to?
Yeah, back then, I used to listen to a lot of Chris Brown and, you know, Lil Wayne. You know what I mean?
Lil Wayne
back in the days, like, used to have these little phones, and you'd be walking in the street coming from school and you're just listening to music out loud. You know what I mean? And you used to feel like you're gangster that time, you know?
We all did that.
Yeah,
we all
did
that.
like,
we all did that. Yeah, 100%.
Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, you know, music like that. And I had some other people from Malawi too. It was like Tigran. There was Physics, you know, people from Malawi.
I need to start listening to Malawi music.
I mean, Malawi music is dope, bro.
I need definitely. Like, I listen to a lot of African music, but you know, I didn't get to that side.
There's Gwamba, there was Masek. There was a lot of people, bro. But yeah, here too, like, my boys influenced me too. You know what I mean? I'm sure you heard of Kel.
Kel.
Yeah, Kel Hustles back in the days.
No, I don't think so.
Right now, he's known as Real Crete.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, sit die, crazy guy with the music, and there's Whiskey, there's Young Ray, there's Rock Hennessy, there's Genius.
Yeah, Rock
you know what I
Hennessy.
mean?
So yeah.
So like, you know, with everyone doing their own thing, and you know,
these guys inspiring each other.
Yeah, it was like everyone was inspiring each other, and like, you know, so yeah, I was just learning from everyone and learning as we go, and you know, sharing experiences.
You know, when you're in the studio, do you write music or just freestyle on the beat?
I used to write back in the day.
Now you just come.
Like I'll get the beat and I'll be there bare long time, like, you know, writing and everything. But right now, cause I record on my ones, you get me? So I'm just in my own space, safe zone, you know? And I put the headphones.
Produce as well?
Nah, I've got a producer.
Yeah, you got a producer.
Tony City.
From
Malawi, and MOD. So they kind of produce for me, you know, mix and master and everything. Yeah.
So lyrics first or music or beats first?
I get the beats first sometimes, or like, you know, I go on YouTube, search for a beat. If I'm feeling something, I'll get it. Then I'll record on it, send it back home. Then I'll get my producer to remake the beat. Yeah.
You just get in there, so you know what, like, yeah, I feel this vibe here.
Yeah.
Just make something, you know, related to that type of vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you must be a good producer then, because you know, sometimes you gotta be, you know, have a good hearing. You know,
definitely. I mean,
and then put it down
sometimes too.
on the track.
Yeah, sometimes I go to other people too. You get me? Because you have to feel different type of sounds in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Nah, you definitely need to collaborate, man. Music is that, man. Music, you have
definitely.
To
it's all about collaboration.
You cannot do by yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But right now, like, you know, because I'm just trying to elevate myself, build myself, and you know, I'm still finding myself, because you're never gonna stop finding yourself. You're always gonna elevate.
And
you know what I mean. You're always gonna elevate and try different sounds and everything. There's a different sound coming every time.
Yeah.
You get me? There's the Afrobeats, then there's a piano, there's the dancehall reggae, you know, reggaeton. You know what I mean?
Okay, so at the moment, what would you say you draw your inspiration from? It come from, like, you know, more like cultural, like, you know, the music that come from back home, you know, the cultural music, and now you go draw more from Afrobeat or more from like reggae, because I know your sound. You know what I mean? I went home, I did my homework, I listened to your music, man. I went on YouTube and I listened to all your songs. Those you have on YouTube, I say, like, you know, you have different sounds. You know what I mean? Where do you draw inspiration from when you creating music?
To be honest, it's just what I'm feeling, innit, and how the beat is talking to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it depends what I'm feeling on the beat. But yeah, I would say it's a combination of everything. Like, yes, I did say I don't listen to music a lot. You get me? But I do sometimes, like, you know, at times, you know, when I'm in the club, or when I'm in the car, like, you know, with the boys, or like, you know what I mean? Obviously, we're gonna listen to music. So when I hear something dope that I like, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's dope. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I might go home and listen to it and be like, inspired from it.
You're a very creative person. You know creative people, that's what they do. You know, you're going to listen to like different sound, a different, you know, what's it called, like a beat, things like that. And then you start picking up little bits here and there. You might not get listening, sitting down, listen to the entire song, but just by listening to a little bit of music, and then you just make the entire thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's creativity, man.
Yeah, bro. But yeah,
you gotta give yourself a props for that, man.
Yeah, I do sometimes, you know.
Yeah, you have to. You know,
when I'm not beating on myself.
No, you have to big up yourself, because a lot of people, like, you know, they have to be listening to, you know, let's say grime, for example. Let's give examples of grime in the UK. People that listen to, like, making grime music, a lot of time they have to be listening to those that pop in for them to be able to make music, you know, that's going to generate to other people.
Yeah, I mean, you have to find out what's trending in it. But for me, I don't know, man. Like, I barely go with what's trending. Like, I like to just focus on my lane, you know, go with whatever I'm feeling, you know. With time, it's bound to happen.
You know, what we would say is, like, what's trending sometimes, you know, because you like to be doing your own thing. Yeah. You collaborate with artists that's trending, and you do your own thing. That's when people are going to be like, fuck, oh, that's crazy.
Definitely. I mean, definitely.
You don't need to be doing the trendy, but you can collaborate with someone that's trending.
Definitely.
And then that's going to match with your vibe as well. You know, you're going to be creating a different energy as well on it.
Yeah, definitely. And like I was saying to you too, I want to collab with a lot of people. I've done some collabs with a couple of people. I'm going to have
that question regarding collaboration. Who would you say, like, you know, is your dream collab in Africa? Which artist you would love to collab with in Africa? And then in a global scale as well, who would you say? Africa first, but then another one globally.
Africa, there's a lot of people, man.
Give me 3 names in Africa. I'm not going to ask you just one. 3 at least.
3. There's a lot, bro. You're just going to give me 3.
Okay, well, up to 5. 5. Give me 5. I don't want like a massive list, because I know you don't want to say you don't want to collab with this person, then, you know what I mean? You want to make sure you put everyone on the list, but give me 5.
I mean, in Africa, there's a lot, bro. Let me start with my country, right? I know it's gonna happen sometime. You know what I mean? It's probably because I've not really, like, you know, going for it. But I've already collaborated with Physics. Like, this is a guy I used to listen to back in the days. You get me? And I was like, this is, you know what I mean? And then now I'm like in rooms with this guy, you know. we record together and we chill together. He's like my big bro now.
Yeah.
You get me? It's like
a dream come true.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? And then there's Gwamba. He's one of the artists in Malawi, like top artists. There's I've just done a collaboration with Charisma. It's dope. KLK. There's Onesimus. That's one of my boys too. You know, it's gonna happen. Yeah, and there's a lot of other people. Yeah. Like there's a lot of dope people in Malawi. Like, you know what I mean? It's just that everyone is kind of like underground, and you know, some people like the fans and everything. But bro, there's a lot of talent. I need
to start listening to that.
Definitely, bro. There's a lot of talent in Malawi.
Okay. In Nigeria, give me a list of like one name in Nigeria. Would you want to collaborate?
Nigeria.
Or South Africa?
I say Davido, Nasty C.
South Africa.
Yeah, Nasty C is crazy, bro.
I like Nasty C.
Crazy.
He's dope. Nasty C is dope.
Yeah, 100%, man. He's sick. Casper, there's Gemini Major. He's from Malawi too, but he does music in South Africa. Yeah. Who else? Aries. Yeah, there's a lot more other people in SA. I'd like to collab with, you know, most of these are my piano guys. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
You think like, you know, your sound would match with that type of beat?
Bro, I like to
make it match.
I like to just, you know, experiment everything, bro. Like go on everything, like do whatever I can, and like, you know what I mean? I know. Yeah.
I know. You know, music is huge. Like I said before. You know, I know a lot of people like, you know, been making music for a while. It's still not popping. They're actually great. They're making great music. Yeah. But you know, the industry, it's hard for you to be able to like to get to yourself to that level.
Definitely.
What would you say like, you know, is the biggest, you know, problems you having for you to be able to begin again to the mainstream? Like the biggest problems, you know, hardest thing. How hard is becoming for you to actually get to the mainstream?
Bro, music is hard. You know. It can take a toll on you, like, bro, it can drain you. I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, you be putting your all and you feel like nothing is going on, nothing is happening and everything, but, I mean, with time, like I said, eventually, like, you know, everything adds up in it, you know what I mean? And you start to see something. But yeah, like, sometimes it's like having the producers, all the beats, or someone to believe in you, or believe in your talent, like, you know what I mean? To invest in you, you know, knowing the right path to take with the promos, and you know how to drop music, where to drop it.
That's all.
You know what I mean? The business side, you get me? You need a whole team, bro. You need a good team. You need team, money, time, like, you know. Plus, the main thing too is people believing in you, especially the people close to you. You know what I mean? And yourself being a critic.
But this is something like, you know, I don't expect no more. Like me as a content creator, been creating content for a while. I don't even have expectation for people I know now. Do you know what I mean?
After a while, that's where you get to.
I don't have expectation for people I know, people that's close to me. They're waiting for when it's time to eat, for them to come and eat. But when it's time to, you know, help out, time to like, you know, push for you when you try dropping things. Do you know what I mean? They're not there. They just want to be able to say, okay, this is my friend and he's popping, and they want to come around.
Like, oh yeah, I know him. I was there. You know, when everything was going on.
You know, really there, do you know what I mean?
You really, you get me?
I'm putting things out there. You're okay to like someone else's thing that you don't even know.
It's okay to like
mine, you know, liking mine, you know, helping to share mine. But when the things are going right, you're definitely gonna try. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they just be there scrolling through Instagram and then they'll see it. They'll be like, oh yeah, so you're doing that, nice. Yeah, man. You know, go past it. No like, no shit, no nothing. You know what I mean?
It happens like when I first started making like, you know, fashion content online. I didn't see support, but I was okay. I wasn't sending anything to anyone. But when it like, you know, you get to a certain level, and then some people are now starting the brand here, starting the brand there, and they want to send me things for me to do the videos for them, take the pictures for them. Do you know what I mean?
But I was thinking, now they want to support you.
like this person wasn't supporting me, but now he feels like he needs someone that gonna, you know what I mean, take a picture, do the video for them. That you wanna contact me for me to help you out. But you don't remember when I was starting, it didn't help.
It's always like that, bro. When you're starting off, it's always like that, bro. People is always gonna be like looking, you know, from afar. You get me? Just to see where you're gonna get.
It hurts,
and you know it does help, bro. And people be like, it's just gonna do it for a while, then it's gonna stop. It's just a phase. You get me? But then the phase never fades out, and then you keep going and you keep doing your thing, and then to see other people start to like, you know, like you, and then getting on the buzz and everything, and then they're like, oh yeah, he's doing this. Oh, okay.
Outside start
oh yeah, he's doing this. Okay. And then when people start to share and everything, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's my boy. Let me share it. Oh yeah, bro, what you doing? You know what I mean?
At that point, you don't even need it.
Yeah. Oh yo, bro, I just seen you got a show. Yeah. I'm trying to come through. Hook me up with a ticket, bro. You get me? One of them ones. You get me? It's crazy, bro.
Bro, that's what happened, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why, like, you know, you need to have those people that are loyal to you, that people that have been, you know,
so
helping you out since. And stuff, man.
From then, that's when you know, like, you know, who's really down with you and who's 100%. Really your peoples. You get me? 100%, because,
100%.
Bro, times are hard, bro. And when you're that low, that's when, you know, you get to see who's real.
For real. Yeah, 100%,
definitely,
100%.
bro. But music is a hard industry, bro.
It's hard, but also it's exciting, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're making it, you know what I mean? Like, there's no one can stop you. When you feel like, you know, I'm already on it in that level, you live good, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're still gonna put on the work behind the scenes. But when you make it, like, you be, you know, taking that deep breath, fucking out, you know, trying to get to that level.
Definitely, bro.
There, you know what I mean? But do you remember the performers that, you know, got to you the most? You know what I mean? Like, you know, the most memorable performer that you had, the stage.
It's got a couple, bro. It's got a couple.
All back home, or do you?
Nah, even like here, bro. First one I think is I had a show. One of my boys hooked me up. Wiz. It was in Birmingham. So there was a show down there, and Sona was the main act, I think. Yeah, so I went to support, and that show, like, it put me on a level where, like, okay, like you know, I can see this, I can see this happening, like, this is, you know what I mean? Came all the way here. Next time was Preston. I was performing with my boy Silver, and we had a show with Youngin. It was opening up for Youngin and Preston. That was crazy too. Then we opened up a show for Davido.
Did you? Well,
over here in Manchester. You get me? Yeah, Davido.
That must be a big one.
It was crazy, bro. So like, you know,
the name Davido have, you know what I mean? Like, if you open it up for Davido.
Definitely,
you know,
bro.
That's
so it was always like
trampoline in there.
It was always like, you know what I mean? And then we had a couple shows in Manchester, and we went to Portugal. You get me?
You had a show in Portugal.
I had a couple shows in Portugal. So it was like crazy, like, you know what I mean? Now I'm traveling. Before, I never really used to think a lot, you know, much of myself and my music, you know? Because, you know,
you see,
like I say, you get me? Like I said, certain times when people around you are not really supporting, it's crazy. But then I got to see, like, you know, people in Paris, you know, like my boy would come from Paris and would be like, yo, my girl was just singing your song, bro, and she doesn't even know English.
Yeah.
You get me?
Speaking French, but
she speaks French and she's singing your lyrics, bro. You get me? Like some people in Portugal got bad love in Portugal, bro. Every time I go to,
is coming now.
Yeah, every time I go to Portugal, bro.
From, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the
get me on it. I'm there, bro.
Like, that would be a massive stage for you to be.
Definitely, bro.
One day, man. One day. You gotta.
One day, bro. And then Portugal. Then I did my own show in Malawi. That was crazy too. Like, that's a day to remember, bro.
But if you got a crowd back home, but that's something, you know, you already should be happy with.
Yeah, definitely. Like it was packed, bro. The whole streets was packed. like full of people. Couldn't even, you know, cars couldn't even
Get past,
past, bro. Like we did it on the stadium, and it was fully packed. Fully packed.
How did you feel when you came out and
Bro,
you see that amount of people waiting for you just to listen to you?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? We went there with the team the night before. We prayed and everything.
Yeah.
Next day comes, morning, it's raining.
It was raining.
It's raining.
How did you feel when he said, like, come on,
Bro,
show today, man?
I was like, yo, shows today and it's raining, bro. I'm sure people's not gonna come to you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm like,
Stop
alright, cool.
doubting it.
Maybe it's just gonna rain for a bit and then it's gonna stop.
Yeah.
Stops, rains again. I go home to change and everything. Like I was busy that day, like up and down, so and you know, last minute things.
Yeah.
So yeah, got everything sorted. I went home, started changing, like having a shower and everything. Rain, and it's heavy.
Yeah.
You get me? The show's already like, it's meant to be started already, like, cause the show was about me coming back home and giving opportunity to people. Like I said, there's a lot of talent.
Yeah.
You know, and this is where I grew up. This is a ghetto, like, you know, there's talent in the ghetto, bro. And I wanted to give people opportunity to like, give them a platform. There's barely a lot of people that
This
do
is the
that.
main reason why I have this show.
Yeah.
I want to give people platform for
Yeah.
them to be able to, like, you know, promote
Definitely,
themselves,
bro.
put themselves out there.
Yeah, that's dope.
I feel it, man.
Yeah,
I feel it.
yeah, I
that's
vibe
dope,
with it,
yeah.
bro. And like, you know, there's barely people that give that type of platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not a lot of people that I brought to that show have been to that place before. So this is the first time, and this is the first time these people are gonna see these people live performing. And a lot of people was like, nah, these people are not coming. These are big artists. So why would they be coming to the ghetto? You know what I mean? They're never gonna come to the ghetto, bro. Nah. This show is just him and a couple other people. Like, you know, the upcoming artists, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people were saying.
They start doubting
You
it.
get me? There was doubts in it. You get me? But yeah, so it was just crazy. Like, it was raining and everything. Then my little brother was going to drop off my family, and he went and he's like, yo. I'm like, what's up? He's like, bruh. I'm like, what's up? Talk to me. What's going on? But then before
didn't
that,
know what
like,
was going on
yeah,
outside,
I didn't know, like, you know what I mean? But he was just like, yo. I'm like, what's up? But before that, like, cause it was raining heavy and everything, bro. I was on my knees, bro. I got on my knees and I started praying, bro. Like, I was like, yo, God, you brought me this far. Like, you know, I know you're not gonna leave me now. Like, you know what I mean? I know it's raining like this, it's heavy rains. But the same way it's raining like this is the same way there's gonna be people on that ground.
Support.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same way, you know, there's gonna be people on that ground. So my little bro goes, he comes back and he's like, yo, bro. I'm like, what's up? And then I'm expecting him to say, yo, there's barely anyone, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he's telling me, yo, bro, it's packed. I'm like, what do you mean it's packed? And then he's like, yes, it's raining, but there's people dancing. But like, they there still, you know, people still performing, and there's bad people still going there. Like, people are still on their way.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, you're lying, bro. Look outside, bro, it's raining. So the rain stopped. Now, like, you know, my grandma says, yeah,
Made your way through that, yeah.
you know, go, everything's gonna be all right. I'm gonna be praying for you and everything. I'm like, I'm making my way there. And as soon as I turn on the road to go, like the main road going down to where the show was, bro, there's bad people just walking down that side.
Yeah, the direction.
And I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Me?
You know what I mean? Is this all, you know?
This is all me. Yeah.
Bro, get there, bro, like close to there. There's people running to the car, like bad people everywhere, bro. And everyone's like, SAKY, SAKY. Cause they know me, and like most of the people know me. Like I grew up there. Some people know me personally. You know, my family's there too. I'm seeing my aunties, like, you know, cheering for me and everything. It was crazy, bro.
Bro, that's a blessing.
It was
when you have a feeling like that, it makes you want to go harder.
Yeah, it shows me that I'm doing something right.
Doing something right.
You know what I mean? Even though I have these days where I doubt myself and I feel like nothing's going on, but like I was saying, the little you do, you know, time and time, it adds up. You know what I mean? And everything is just gonna come full circle.
100%.
Yeah, bro.
100%. So what's your favorite track that you put out so far since you start making music? I have one that I like of yours.
Yeah, favorite track, bro. Not gonna lie, right now that I put out so far, I'd say Hustle Motivate.
I like Hennessy, bro.
Hennessy.
I like Hennessy, bro.
Yeah, Hennessy.
Was it 2 days ago? I was listening, because obviously I went through your songs.
Yeah.
I was listening to Hennessy like loudspeaker, man. Hennessy is sick, bro. Hennessy, bro.
Yeah,
you guys,
Hennessy.
if you wanna go check out this Hennessy and then tell me which one did you say?
Hustle Motivate.
Go on and, you know, drop in a comment which one do you prefer. Listen to those two songs and then tell me which one you prefer. Hennessy is sick, man. Hennessy is the one that's my favorite song, man. Hennessy is
pretty sure, bro. I mean, they're all dope. I like them all, you know. I like all my music, you know. But yeah, I feel like Hennessy is dope.
You know, it's dope, bro.
Like you were saying too.
The sound of, you know what I mean?
Like you were saying, it's the songs that you don't even plan for.
Yeah.
You get me? Hennessy wasn't planned for. You get me? It was just us in the studio.
I think a lot of people resonate with that song. You know, the vibe of the song. You know, the beat is good.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, the punchline songs. You know what I mean? All
same thing, bro. Like I was just in the studio, like planning for the show and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in Malawi, I'm also there for a holiday. Even though I'm there for work, I still have to have a good time. So whenever I'm out, it's like Hennessy. You get me? That's what I'm sipping in. You get me? So I'm sipping on Hennessy. So everyone was just like, oh yeah, Hennessy boy. You get me? That was the name they gave me. So I was like the Hennessy boy. So while we was in the studio, my brother was mixing and mastering some of the tracks, and then he's like, yo, bro, you need to make a song about Hennessy. Like, you know, everyone's calling you Hennessy boy. You gotta do something. You know, so was online, YouTube, searching through beats, and I was like, I like that. And he's like, why don't you make something out of this? You know, about Hennessy. So that's when it started. I did that, and then my boy remade the beat. You get me? Yeah, and then that was that, bro. Hennessy came
the rest
up.
is history, man. Out there, man.
And
but guys,
to be honest,
go check the Hennessy, man. Hennessy is definitely like, you know, the song, like, you know, gonna like. Obviously, check the other one as on the one you said. I'm gonna listen to that one properly. But Hennessy is definitely the one that got my attention the most.
There's a crazy story too about Hennessy video. The day I shot it, it was when actually I went out, and I went out the night before. So I was there, and then it came to like around 3, 4. My phone got stolen.
Got stolen? Back home?
Yeah, back home. So I was looking for my phone, and then I tried charging my other phone to find my phone, you know, and then that phone got stolen too. Then I look around, I find my other phone, but I didn't find my other phone. So like, you know, I was up and down, police, this and that. I got home around, I would say, 12, slept 2 hours, woke up, and my boy was like, yo, we plan to shoot Hennessy today. What's going on? Are we still doing it or what? I'm like, I don't know, man. You know, the mood was just down and everything. Then I was like, yo, you know what? I'm not going to let that, you know, get the best of me. Let's go, let's do this. And then we shot that.
And then the video was cool.
And the video was dope too, bro. So imagine if I didn't shoot Hennessy that day.
Exactly, bro.
You got me?
Crazy. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you did it, man. You said people definitely gonna resonate with that song.
Yeah, bro.
So I have, like, you know, some quick questions for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You need to give me just one answer or the other, okay?
Yeah.
So the first one is, you prefer beats or bars?
That's a hard one. I like to make sense in the music, you know, so I'd say bars. Yeah, the beats are dope too. I like a beat, you know, because the beat adds up to the bars, you get me? So,
studio or stage?
Stage, bro. Oh, nah. This is hard, bro. Because studio is when everything comes alive.
Yeah.
You get me? You bring all your ideas.
Put everything out.
Yeah, and then on the stage is where you share your ideas with all these people and your whole product.
Yeah.
And then you see how they react to it.
But you have to pick one.
You get me? So it's hard. Bruh.
Obviously, it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be those like,
okay,
you know, think about.
Studio stage. Alright, let's say stage.
The stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hype and that's where you get to see, you know, like
I heard, yeah.
people
that's
is really,
you know,
really
whatever
like,
I made back there.
Yeah, whatever I made back there is making sense.
I can make it out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, the people are, you know, are feeling it. Okay.
Definitely.
Afrobeat or hip hop?
I'm a bit of both. If you listen to my music, it's like a bit of both.
To be fair, I like this one because I know you. I listen to your music. I know is mixed into those two. So do you prefer night in the studio or day in the studio? When do you feel like you're more creative?
Night, bro.
Nighttime. Okay.
Yeah.
Drake or Burna Boy?
That's a hard one. But I think Burna, bro.
Burna.
Yeah, I relate more to Burna.
Okay, Drake or Kendrick? After the beef.
After the beef.
I don't this
know,
comparison
bro.
has to be made all the time.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. They're both dope, but let me go with Drake.
You go with Drake.
Yeah.
Okay. Auto-tune or raw vocal?
Gotta have a little bit of auto-tune, bro.
Yeah, you got it. Like, I feel like it's most. You have to do it.
I mean, raw is dope too.
It doesn't take your talent away. You still
It doesn't, bro.
It doesn't.
Bro, it's even hard for people to use while using auto-tune. They'll still sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll give you this big example is T-Pain. T-Pain was making music using auto-tune a lot.
Yeah.
But he went to this singing show.
Did it raw.
You know what I mean? People know. Like, if you have a talent, you have talent.
Yeah,
regardless
bro.
of using auto-tune or raw.
Regardless, bro.
You know what I mean?
For you to even use auto-tune, you need to have talent, bro. You get me? You can't just use it just like
favorite mainstream producer?
Let's go with Don Jazzy.
Don Jazzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don Jazzy. Yeah.
Cause look at what he did with Marvin.
Yeah, no doubt.
You get me?
No doubt.
You get me?
Yeah, no doubt. I'll take that one.
How many stars is he producing?
I'll take that one. I'll 100% take that one.
What brings me the most joy? Music, God, faith, you know, family, helping others, you know. Yeah. Definitely I'd like to have an impact on the world, you know, leave something, a legacy, like with my story, you know. From nothing, you can make whatever. You can be whoever, you know what I mean? As long as you believe in yourself, you put in the work, you know, you grind, you hustle. It doesn't matter what you have to do to get there. But as long as you know why you're doing what you're doing and where you're going and what you're aiming for, that's it, bro. Like, cause here, bro, like, you know how it's like, everyone's busy. You have to work for you to make something out of yourself, you know? And sometimes it involves like doing certain type of jobs. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've done jobs that, looking back, and I was like, damn, bro. Like, you know, yeah, I've worked in KFC, I've washed pots before, you know. I've done a lot of things, bro, just to make money, to be able to support myself and to elevate myself, like, you know, buy some clothes, make sure my next video I'm looking lit. You get me?
Yeah.
It's always the little things that add up to, you know, something great. And as long as you believe in yourself, bro, that's it. So yeah, remember me by that. From nothing to something. You get me? Always believe. Success is making sure everyone around me is good. Me being able to put people, not just people I know, but people around me and even those that I don't know in positions where they're able to provide for themselves, their family, and also be able to put other people in positions like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'm on a path. You know, I'm heading there. I've tasted it. I've seen how it's like. I know the life, you know. And just never give up, you know. You're gonna get there eventually. Like, just keep doing you know, the noise in your head, block it. People around you, whatever they say, you know, negative, use that as fuel, you know. Keep going, keep pushing, you know. There's no limit to what you can do. Like, you're the only person that can stop you from getting, you know, achieving your dreams and, you know, being what you want to be, who you want to be, you know. It's only you stopping you, no one else. Everything else will fall into place. And always believe in God. Put God first.
Bro,
Marathon.
this is all we got, man. I appreciate having you in the channel, man. It was good at talking to you, and I'm sure 100% people are gonna resonate with your story. You know, you come from like nothing, and you know, start making music from the scratch. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
like since you were young. Definitely, like, you're gonna be a big inspiration for a lot of people back home. Hopefully, even here, I hope you inspire a lot of people. Here
I hope so too, bro.
But back home, I think, like, you know, that's the most important one. That's, you know, your God-given. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, space for you to be able to inspire people back home. But obviously, I hope you inspired a lot of people in the UK as well, around the world to make music. I'm gonna bet on you 100%, man. I want to see you in the mainstream one day. I was saying, man,
soon come, bro.
Soon
come, bro. Soon come, bro. You got me.
You'll make it, bro. I believe in you, bro. I believe in you, man. 100%. I listen to your music. I know there's something there, bro. 100%. You definitely make it,
bro.
Come on, man. It was good to have you here, man.
Appreciate it.